Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of Sesame and Lilies, Lecture 2 of Queen's Gardens by John Ruskin. In Lecture 1, The King's Treasures, he says about what is the real treasure of a king. That is knowledge, education, that is the real treasure, and the importance of the books. Here in this lecture 2 in Of Queen's Gardens, he talks about how women can possess kingly power if only if they have enough education. And he says that if women get education, they will not only become powerful but also they will become very prestigious. They'll have their own self esteem looked very high upon in the society. And another thing is, there will be no difference between man and women because both of them are educated. Therefore, they'll be complementary to each other. They can help each other in life and grow together. And the main aim of education is we have to get acquainted with the wisest and the greatest people, and this can happen through education, and that is through the books. And he says that if you read Shakespeare's plays, we will find that many of them say this: they are no heroes but only heroines. Characters like Othello, Hamlet, Julius Caesar, Merchant, and Orlando are all comparatively weaker when we compare them with Desdemona, Cordelia, Isabella, Portia, and Rosalind. And we find that in the tragedy plays that the tragedy occurs because the hero does a fatal mistake, and that is why he suffers. And Shakespeare's women are very clever and intelligent. And among Shakespeare's character, that is women characters, Ophelia is of course weak, and Lady Macbeth, Regan, and Goneril are wicked. And therefore, Shakespeare views women as they are people who are more capable than men. And Ruskin also quotes women characters of Walter Scott, Dante, and Chaucer because women in these literature are real and not imaginary, because these people have only projected real women characters in their writing. And he says that men are always wiser is a general view, and the thinker and the ruler is wrong, and women are not dolls. That is the general opinion. He says no, because women play the role of a lover to encourage and guide men, and this lover, that is the women, have the sense of duty towards her man, and their marriage marks the change of temporary service into eternal affair, because lifelong the women supports the men, and man works out of his home. He faces a lot of trouble and he becomes very hard, and woman is the mistress of home, and she is responsible to maintain peace and good atmosphere at home. In fact, a good wife is a home in herself. Women must be educated in physical training also. They should gain good health and beauty. The best poem that reflects this is Wordsworth's Education of Nature. He says a woman's good nature is reflected in her face. She should never suffer. And women have three characters. One is physical beauty, second is natural instinct of justice, and third is natural tact of love. And he says that all women must read history. At the same time, they should avoid theology, because theology is a dangerous science for women, because it will make us superstitious. Generally, women knowledge, they must have a general nature, and there is no need for women to specialize in a specific field. At the same time, he says that women must avoid reading romantic novels and poetry, because what is found there is only falsehood. But girls should be left in the library. They must be taught music, because music has healing power. And as boys are courageous, so are girls also. They are also very courageous. And they should not develop any complexities. It can be a superior complexity or inferiority complexity. Both the complexities must be avoided by women. And later he talks about the role of women in society and politics. He says man's public duties are considered to be extensions of his duties at home. Similarly, women's duty also should be extended to public, because generally women confine their rule only within their home. Man defends the country, but it is the women who defends the family economy. A woman is a queen. And who is a queen? A queen of a lover, queen of a husband, and queen for her children. And therefore, she should be called as a prince of peace. And Ruskin says that he is not surprised by the loss of life in war, but at the same time, wasting of women power surprises him. And he says the world is a big garden, and in this garden there is always war. And if only women walk in the garden, he says that they have the power to change the war. So, women should come into the garden and they must help men to get shelter. And this is his idea, which he has expressed in this lecture 2 of Women's Garden, of Queen's Garden. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box, like the video, share with your friends. And if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.